Art has a life of its own. It flows, it passes through generations, people, countries. An artist becomes an instrument, but only an artist striving for authenticity. The paradox of art is that no art is uninspired. An expression only becomes an art when the inspiration lends its pieces. It cannot be forced. Anurag Kashyap became one such vessel for cinematic art. His drive to find an authentic voice pushed him into a world of literature and cinema. Great literature and cinema might not be based in reality, but it certainly is based in truth. Truth that requires giving up parts of your personality for it to flow through. As Anurag Kashyap delved deeper, artists like Franz Kafka, Dostoevsky, Samuel Fuller, and Akira Kurosawa found their way into his films. As the viewer witnesses the surreal world of Anurag Kashyap's cinema, the initial reaction might seem visceral and shocking, but the real impact is much deeper. The subconscious introduction of great artists into the psyche of the viewer is the biggest contribution of Anurag Kashyap's cinema. There's a famous story of how Star Wars is based on Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai. Yet, there is no apparent similarity between the two movies. If we go back further, Akira Kurosawa wrote Seven Samurai based on the stories of samurais in the Warring States period of Japan. It's almost as if a single thread connects all the artistic pursuits in the world throughout history. Apart from Anurag Kashyap's influences, I want to discuss three aspects of his craft that make him better than most of the contemporary filmmakers. His awareness of the world around him. His stories are not based on a world we aspire to. They happen and incorporate the society we live in and want to ignore. The violence and language used in his movies is not just for shock value. The relationships and people shown in his movies are not morally right or wrong. They are rather complex and layered, as it is in the real world. In Gulal, we see the protagonist lose his innocence as the story progresses. Step by step, the leap slowly gets engulfed by the world around him. Multiple layers of influences lead him to his demise. Influences which become indistinguishable from his reality for him. Only after diving deep into complexities can an idea form which is simple yet profound. Anurag Kashyap's ability to gather his thoughts on paper and translate onto the screen shows how detailed his ability is to use images to make an impact. In Dev D, Dev starts to lose control at Paro's wedding. The intensity of his downward spiral increases many folds as the story progresses. Anurag Kashyap uses intense colors, music, and claustrophobic setting to depict anxiety and alienation of Dev. In the best case scenario, music is manipulative to set a mood or setting. In the worst case, it is downright distracting. Here's how Anurag Kashyap is different. His use of music never intrudes into the flow of the narrative, it rather enhances it. Apart from music being rooted in the place where stories are set in, the graph of the music also changes as the story progresses. So, music becomes an essential character of the film, not just an accessory or a filler. Anurag Kashyap's journey is one of self discovery. As he discovered his voice, we as cinema goers found a taste for better cinema. Whether you agree with his point of view or not, his persistence to find an authentic voice is undeniable. By not adhering to any rules or expectations, Anurag Kashyap changed the course of Indian cinema.